My girlfriend's ex took his revenge by feminizing me. If someone had told me a year ago that I'd be standing in front of a mirror, unrecognizable, dressed in silk and lace, I would have laughed in their face. But now, as I look back, I realize that every step I took, every small, seemingly meaningless moment, had been leading me straight into a trap. My name is Jay Carter, and I've always been an average guy. Not the type to attract attention, not the type to make enemies. I work a simple job as a freelance graphic designer, spending most of my time behind a screen. I've never been the adventurous type, never cared about fashion, and never once thought about what it would feel like to be anything but the man I was. Then I met Emma. Emma changed everything. She was bright, full of energy, the kind of girl who made life feel bigger. She was confident, beautiful, and had this way of making even the most ordinary moments feel exciting. When she walked into a room, heads turned. And somehow, out of everyone, she chose me. We had been together for over a year, and things were going great, or so I thought. But looking back, I should have seen the signs. The way she never really talked about her past relationships. The way she avoided saying her ex's name, brushing it off like it was nothing. His name was Lucas. And Lucas wasn't just an ex-boyfriend. He was a warning. The first time I met Lucas, I didn't even know who he was. Emma and I were at a small cafe downtown, sitting by the window, when a tall, well-dressed guy walked in. He had this effortless confidence, like the kind you see in actors or CEOs. He was the type of guy who didn't need to say a word to command attention. Emma tensed the moment she saw him. "What's wrong?" I asked, noticing the way her grip on her coffee cup tightened. She forced a smile. "Nothing. Let's go." That's when Lucas saw us. And that's when I realized who he was. "Emma," he said, his voice smooth, almost amused. His eyes flicked to me, analyzing, calculating. And this must be the new boyfriend. I felt like a bug under a microscope. There was something unsettling about the way he looked at me. Not jealousy. No, it was worse than that. It was pity. Like he already knew something I didn't. I didn't say much. I didn't have to. Lucas wasn't interested in me. At least, not yet. He just smirked and said, "Enjoy while it lasts. She gets bored easily." Emma dragged me out of there before I could respond. I laughed it off later, chalking it up to bitter ex syndrome. But something about the way he said it, the way he looked at me, it stuck with me. A few weeks after that encounter, strange things started happening. It began with small things, little details I barely noticed at first. Clothes going missing. Emma's dresses and lingerie would vanish from the closet, only to reappear in strange places, sometimes in my drawers, mixed in with my clothes. At first, I thought it was a mistake. Maybe Emma was moving things around and forgot. Then came the texts. At first, they were anonymous. Simple, eerie messages that made no sense. "She'll never love you like she loved me. You don't deserve her. You're weak. I'll prove it." I should have told Emma. I should have shown her the messages. But I didn't. I didn't want to seem paranoid. I didn't want to give Lucas the satisfaction of knowing he was getting under my skin. So I ignored them. That was my first mistake. Then came the packages. One day, I found a small box at my doorstep. No name, no return address. Just a simple black box with a note inside. "Wear it." Inside was a delicate lace bralette, soft to the touch, completely foreign to me. I felt a chill run down my spine. Someone had left this for me. At first, I thought it was a prank. Maybe one of Emma's friends messing with me. But as the days went on, it didn't stop. I'd find pink nail polish sitting on my desk. A silk nightgown neatly folded on my pillow. A lipstick tube in my car's glove compartment. And every time, there was a note. "Try it. You'd look beautiful." I tried to laugh it off, tried to pretend it was nothing. But deep down, I knew. This wasn't just a prank. This was Lucas, and he was playing a game with me, a game I didn't understand. Yet, one night, I finally confronted Emma. "Did you leave this here?" I asked, holding up a pair of silky panties that had mysteriously appeared in my sock drawer. Emma frowned. "That's not mine." A cold dread settled in my stomach. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what Lucas wanted. But I knew one thing for sure. This wasn't over. It was just beginning. The packages kept coming. At first, they arrived every few days. Then every day. Always unmarked. always with something new inside. A silk robe, a bottle of perfume, a pair of high heels, and the notes. Always the notes. You're almost ready. She doesn't see you the way I do. Let me help you become what you were meant to be. I didn't tell Emma. I should have, but I was afraid. Not just of Lucas, of something deeper. Because the truth was, I wasn't just disturbed by what was happening. I was tempted. There was something intoxicating about the way the fabric felt against my skin, the way the perfume lingered on my wrist, the way I hesitated before throwing everything away. Somewhere, deep inside, a voice whispered, "What if you just tried it?" It happened on a night when Emma was working late. I told myself I wasn't doing anything wrong. I just wanted to see, to understand. I opened the latest package, a sleek, elegant black dress with a plunging neckline. Beneath it, folded neatly, were stockings and a pair of lace-trimmed panties. My heart pounded. I shouldn't. And yet, before I knew it, I was standing in front of my bedroom mirror, the dress clinging to my frame. The stockings hugged my legs perfectly. The silk panties sent a shiver up my spine. I didn't look like me. I didn't feel like me. And for one terrifying, exhilarating moment, I didn't want to be me. The sound of a key turning in the lock shattered the illusion. Emma was home early. Panic exploded in my chest. My hands fumbled with the dress, but the zipper was stuck. My pulse thundered in my ears as I yanked at the fabric, stumbling backward. Too late. The door swung open. Emma stood there, wide-eyed, her gaze flicking over my body. The dress, the stockings, the lipstick stain on my lips. Silence. My stomach dropped. My biggest fear was happening right before my eyes. She knew. But instead of anger, instead of disgust, she laughed. "Oh my God," she breathed, stepping closer. "Jake, what is this?" I opened my mouth, but no words came out. Emma reached out, her fingers brushing over the fabric of the dress. "You actually look," she tilted her head, studying me. "Pretty." I wanted to sink into the floor. But then her expression changed. She touched my cheek, her voice softer now. "Is this something you like?" And I realized she wasn't mocking me. She was curious. I could have told her everything. About the packages, the notes, the way I felt when I wore the clothes. But I didn't. I lied. "It was just a joke," I said quickly. "Some guys at work dared me." Emma raised an eyebrow. "You work from home." I swallowed hard. "Fine. I just wanted to see. That's all." She studied me for a long moment before finally stepping back. "All right," she said slowly. "But if you ever want to talk about it, you can." I nodded, forcing a smile. But as soon as she left the room, I turned back to the mirror. And I knew. This wasn't over. Not even close. The next morning, a new package arrived. Inside was a wig. Blonde. Soft. Beautiful. And a note. She laughed. "But I won't. Let me show you who you really are." My hands trembled. He knew. Was he watching me? Had he seen what happened? I spun around, scanning my apartment, my heart pounding. My curtains were open. Had they been open last night? Had he been watching me this whole time? I shoved the package into a drawer and locked it, but I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't ignore him. Lucas wasn't just trying to mess with me anymore. He was trying to control me. And worst of all, it was working. Days passed. I tried to act normal. But the thought of the wig, the dresses, the stockings, stayed with me. I started dreaming about it. About slipping into something soft and delicate. About looking in the mirror and seeing someone new. Someone beautiful. I fought it. I tried to fight it. But one night, when Emma was out with friends, I gave in. I locked the bedroom door, opened the drawer, and let it happen. The wig slid over my head like a second skin. The dress zipped up effortlessly. The heels made my legs look different. I stepped in front of the mirror. And for the first time, I didn't see Jake. I saw her. And she felt real. Then the phone rang. My breath caught. My stomach flipped. I turned to the nightstand. The caller ID flashed. Unknown number. I knew who it was. Hands shaking, I picked up. "Hello." My voice was barely a whisper. A slow chuckle. Low. Amused. "I knew you'd do it." I slid through my veins. "Lucas." He had been waiting, watching. My voice failed me. You can pretend all you want, he murmured. But I see you. The real you. I wanted to scream, to throw the phone across the room. But I couldn't move, because deep down, I knew he was right. My hands clenched around the phone. My pulse roared in my ears. Lucas's voice was smooth, too smooth, like he had been waiting for this exact moment. You're quiet, he murmured. Do you finally understand? I swallowed hard, my throat dry. Understand what? That you were always meant to be her. The words slithered into my mind like poison. I wanted to deny it, to tell him he was insane. But I couldn't ignore the truth. The way my body responded to the silk against my skin, the way my heart raced when I saw myself in the mirror. I hated him, but I hated myself more for not hanging up. Lucas chuckled. I can make this easy for you. Or hard. Your choice. My stomach twisted. What the hell do you want from me? A pause. Then, in a voice that was both gentle and merciless, obedience. I had every intention of throwing the phone across the room, but then, my screen lit up. A photo. My breath caught in my throat. It was me. In the dress. In the wig. In full makeup. Lucas had a picture of me, posed in front of the mirror. My hands went numb. How did you? I told you, he said almost lazily. I see you. And now, so will everyone else. Cold horror crashed over me. You wouldn't. Wouldn't I? Lucas's voice was silk-wrapped steel. All it takes is one click, Jake. Emma. Your family. Your clients. Everyone will know. My vision swam. He wasn't just playing games anymore. He was destroying me. What do you want? I whispered. Another pause. Then, come to me. I told myself I wouldn't do it. That there had to be another way. But the next night, as Emma kissed me goodbye before heading to her friend's birthday party, I found myself staring at my phone. Lucas had sent me an address. A single message beneath it. Dress appropriately. I should have deleted it. Instead, I found myself standing in front of my closet, my fingers trembling as they brushed over the fabric of the dress, the one I had sworn I would never wear again. I was making a mistake. A terrible mistake. But I couldn't stop. My hands moved as if controlled by something else, something deep inside me. Stockings. Heels. The blonde wig. With every layer I put on, the fear was swallowed by something else. Something darker. By the time I stepped out the door, I wasn't Jake anymore. I was her. The address led me to a sleek, high-rise building in the city. The kind of place where rich men indulged in their darkest secrets. The doorman barely looked at me before letting me in. I stepped into the elevator, my stomach twisting as the numbers climbed. What am I doing? When the door slid open, Lucas was waiting. He was dressed in all black, leaning against the wall with that same smug smirk that made my skin crawl. But when he saw me, his eyes darkened with something else. Victory. He stepped forward, slow, deliberate. Took you long enough. I swallowed hard. I'm here. Now let's get this over with. Lucas laughed softly. Oh, sweetheart, we're just getting started. Lucas led me inside, into a lavish apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows that overlooked the city. A single chair sat in the center of the room. Sit, he ordered. I hesitated. He sighed, holding up his phone. My photo still on the screen. I won't ask again. My legs moved before my brain could stop them. Lucas circled me like a predator, his eyes drinking in every inch of me. You really are stunning, he murmured. Much better than I expected. My skin crawled. You got what you wanted. Now let me go. Lucas sked. Oh, Jake. You still don't get it. He leaned down, his lips brushing my ear. I'm not letting you go. Not yet. I went rigid. What do you mean? Lucas straightened, taking out his phone. He tapped the screen, once, twice, before turning it to face me. A live video feed. My apartment. My bedroom. And Emma walking inside. My blood ran cold. See, Lucas said. I was hoping you'd come willingly, but I had a backup plan. I couldn't breathe. You leave now, and Emma gets a little surprise in her inbox. The full collection. He smiled. But if you stay, if you do exactly what I say, she never has to know. Terror and rage swirled inside me. You're sick. Lucas tilted his head. No. I'm in control. I had two choices: leave and lose everything, or submit. My lips parted, but no words came out. I was trapped, and I knew deep down Lucas wasn't going to stop until I belonged to him completely. I don't know how long I sat there, my whole body trembling. Lucas let the silence stretch, let me feel the weight of my own helplessness. Then he leaned in. "You can lie to yourself all you want," he murmured. "But deep down you like this." I shook my head. "No. Then why did you put on the dress?" His voice was silken poison. "Why did you obey?" Tears burned my eyes. I wanted to scream, to fight back, but I couldn't, because deep down, I didn't know if he was wrong. Lucas leaned back, satisfied. "Good girl. I love you, Jake. I trust you." I squeezed my eyes shut, but the images wouldn't leave me. Emma, waiting at home, completely unaware. Lucas, standing over me, controlling me like a puppet on strings. I needed to think. I needed to escape. But as I sat there, trembling in the dress he forced me to wear, I realized something horrifying. Lucas wasn't just blackmailing me. He was changing me. And the worst part, I was starting to lose the fight. Lucas studied me, tilting his head like he was examining his latest masterpiece. "I think you're almost ready," he mused. I swallowed hard. "Ready for what?" His smirk deepened. "To embrace what you've already started." I clenched my fists. "You don't own me." Lucas raised an eyebrow, then slowly lifted his phone. He tapped the screen, and my stomach dropped. Emma's name. A draft message. A single press away from ruining everything. "I'll make this simple," he said smoothly. "You'll do one last thing for me." My heartbeat slammed against my ribs. "And then you'll leave me alone." Lucas chuckled. "Oh, Jake, you still don't understand." He leaned in, his lips grazing my ear. "This is only the beginning." My mind raced. If I fought back, he'd expose me. If I obeyed, he'd own me. Either way, I lost. Lucas walked to a sleek wardrobe on the far side of the room and pulled it open. Inside hung a dress. Not just any dress. A wedding dress. My breath hitched. "What the hell is this?" Lucas turned, watching my reaction with cruel amusement. "A test." I shook my head. "You're insane." His smile sharpened. "And you're still in denial." He held out the dress. "If you put this on, I delete everything. You walk away free." I stared at him, my pulse hammering. "And if I don't?" Lucas sighed, lifting his phone again. The draft message. His thumb hovering over send. My vision blurred. I can't do this. I can't let him win. But I couldn't let Emma find out. Lucas smirked. Tick-tock. I reached for the dress. My fingers trembled as they brushed the fabric. I could feel it the moment I gave in. And Lucas could feel it too. His voice was a whisper, curling around me like smoke. "Good girl." I closed my eyes and stepped deeper into his trap.